Have you ever just been sitting in front of your computer, just trying to find any video on YouTube to watch, but you just end up skipping every time? Every time you find a video, you watch it for a second, you skip, find a new one, you skip, and maybe you check Twitter or Twitch for just anything to entertain yourself, but something just doesn't feel right, and you just feel this really empty feeling within you, and you really feel like doing something, but you just can't get yourself to. You just end up feeling stuck. Why, hello everyone, my name is Dosi, and today we are going to be talking about feeling stuck and maybe how to get out of it, potentially. A little disclaimer, this is completely just my thoughts and opinions on this, and what I'll be talking about might not really resonate with you, or it might not be helpful, but I hope it is. It certainly has been for me, and it's, you know, things I've learned. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. So why do we feel stuck? Now, there's many reasons for why you might feel stuck in your life, and today, more specifically, I'm going to be talking about one specific thing, and it's something that I definitely feel is holding me back and keeping me stuck in place, and that is dopamine. What is dopamine and where can it be obtained? How do you get it? What is it? Dopamine is something you get from pretty much anything that makes you feel happy. It could be eating food, it could be watching YouTube content, exercise. Anything that gives you some form of joy is something that can give you dopamine. And for most of us, the high source of where we get it from are usually computers, phones, TV, video games, YouTube, all of these things. And so if you're like me and you spend a lot of time online watching videos, Twitch, you play games, all that stuff, you are likely just constantly high on dopamine. You just have a lot of dopamine in your system. And this is kind of the problem nowadays. All around you there is a source of dopamine, you know, computer, TV, all of that stuff. And the problem is that when it's so high, when it's just by default so high and easy to get, it makes it so you just don't want to do your actual goals. Like, you don't want to go exercise, you don't want to go make this one thing or whatever. And so I have this little advice for you, something that I actually did just the other day that I hadn't done in a while, and I just had this epiphany and this realization that, oh wow, like this is actually working and this is actually kind of nice. And what I did and what I suggest you try to do is to literally take 10 minutes out of your day just to sit there, do absolutely nothing, just stare at the wall in silence, just do nothing, just sit there and think. Let whatever thoughts come to you. And for me, what happened yesterday when I did this or whatever, I suddenly started thinking about things more in a more clear way, because I wasn't being distracted by YouTube. I didn't have this constant urge of like, oh, let me go browse Twitter, let me go look at more YouTube videos. I didn't have any distractions. And so what happened is I just started thinking, and I started realizing things and seeing things more clearly, and I finally got what I wanted, which was an idea for a video. What I basically did was lower my dopamine levels by doing absolutely nothing, because, you know, you're not doing anything, you're not stimulating your senses. And so whenever you lower your dopamine by just doing something a bit boring, I guess, what happens is that you'll suddenly start to feel like doing anything. You start feeling like, oh, I could do exercise right now, I could do this thing right now, because it's better than just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, right? So yeah, the problem I think a lot of people face today is that we all default to watching YouTube and like watching just streamers and everything like that. It's such an easy way to get dopamine that we kind of just don't want to do anything else. So what I recommend for you is do nothing and just stare at the wall for 10 minutes. And I think what will happen for you is the same that happened to me, is that you will find that your thinking becomes more clear because there's no distractions, and you will lower your dopamine, which might end up making you feel like doing something you maybe otherwise would not have done in the first place. I had been wanting to make a video for like a few days at least, or maybe a week even. I've been thinking about, you know, what can I make a video out of? I have no idea. And so when I was just feeling this empty feeling, browsing like Twitch and YouTube, I found this video that talked about exactly this, and now I'm trying to give you guys the same message, but you know, through me in a different way, I guess. And so you know, again, I recommend trying it. You could even try it for longer than 10 minutes, try 30 minutes even. And something else that also could be worth looking into is dopamine detox, which is basically a more, I guess, extreme version of this, where you maybe spend an entire day like using no phone, no internet, no electronics at all. But yeah, I think for me personally, just doing this is a bit more manageable and easy, you know, just spending 10-30 minutes. And I guess while you're doing this thing, when you're sitting there for 10 minutes, maybe it's worth your while just to reflect upon things. Try to think about what it is you want to do with your life and like what you can do. And while you're sitting there for those like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, I think it's worthwhile to think about your life, think about everything, reflect upon things, and maybe try to come up with some ideas. Another little thing that I want to recommend for you is to set yourself some small achievable goals. It's really important to have something you can work towards, and most of the time, me included, I tend to set goals that are just a bit too big and they're kind of unachievable, and so, you know, that's not good, and that maybe doesn't really help motivate you, and it makes it really discouraging, and you feel like you can't get anything you want to do. You can't reach any goals. And so, you know, maybe try to have smaller, more achievable goals. I really think that will help you out for sure. All in all, I think this entire video really boils down to just taking some time for yourself without any distraction, allowing yourself to think, and I think thoughts and ideas will just come to you. Lower your dopamine by doing nothing, and you will maybe feel motivated to do something. And yeah, I think it's a really healthy thing to do. It's almost like meditation in a sense. So please give it a try and let me know if it works for you. And you know, you have nothing to lose, so why not just go ahead and give it a go. Also, please make sure you are kind to yourself, treat yourself nicely, because you deserve it. Try to think positively, and I think things will be alright. We all feel lost sometimes. We all just... Nobody knows what they're doing in life, and I think the sooner we all realize that, the sooner we can feel like we're not the only ones that feel stuck. But yeah, I hope that once you do this one thing, I hope you get some good ideas, or maybe you get motivation to do the thing you've always wanted to do. And yeah, just go follow your dreams, do your best, and I believe in you. You got this. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I thank you all so much for watching. I hope it's been helpful, and I hope it will help. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.